Because it looks... Yeah, it's saying live now.
Okay, we
Uh,
are live.
but is there audio?
Let me check Twitch.
I don't
Say
want...
something.
What's up?
You're a little quiet.
Okay, alright. I'll bump my mic up a little scope. Well, actually, let me bring it to the front of me. That might actually make it a little bit easier. Alright, how about now? Or am I still quiet?
Seems quiet still.
Alright, then I'll bump this up. Alright, how about now? Excuse me.
Better.
Alright. Like, better than good or better than turn it up more?
I'm putting everything on full blast right now.
Ooh, on full blast.
Alright, we're even. It sounds
Alright.
even.
Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the 17th. Yeah, of the Hafu Show. The show that was originally talking about what it's like being half Japanese in Japan, but, you know, as the old saying goes, fuck that. We'll rather just talk about, mainly, shitty cartoons, shitty movies, and people being shitty to each other.
That sounds about right.
But, yeah, so we're speaking of people being shitty to each other. Activision. Holy shit, what the fuck happened?
So, Sydney has more knowledge on the Activision shit. Because he read all 29 pages.
No. I read like 14 of the pages. After it got to the why they're suing part, I checked out. Because at that point, it's like, alright, you already told me what happened. I don't need to know which laws, you know, the sexual harassment break. But, alright, so let's go ahead and, long story short, back in July, I want to say, the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing put in a lawsuit, against Activision because turns out Activision Blizzard, the actual parent company, was, letting people, holy shit. There was a lot of sexual harassment going on. And, this is all allegedly before we get the shit sued out of us.
Yes,
So,
allegedly.
yeah, all alleged. They allegedly, there was a lot of sexual harassment going on. Apparently to the point where one of their employees ended up killing themselves because of it. And, the other one was, and also, sexism going on where apparently they were starting their workers off at like, or they were starting their female workers off at a lower pay or lower rate than they would dudes. And on top of that, they would give them very many, not promotions, but opportunities to get promotions.
Mm-hmm.
You can find before we continue, you can find the lawsuit itself online. I think I found it on, a Wall Street, on the Wall Street Journal. They had an article and they had a link to the actual lawsuit. But, so, where should we just start off with the lawsuit highlights then, and then talk about what's going on now?
That sounds like a plan.
Alright. So, alright, right off the introduction, they were just like, for some reason, the lawsuit felt, or the department, we'll just call it the DFEH. It's the acronym for Department of Fair Employment and Housing. The DFEH, decided to drag Gamergate into all this.
Jesus Christ.
Even though I'm pretty sure it died over almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's been about that, hasn't it?
Yeah. Let's see, I was working at the warehouse when... Well, no, sorry. my I just got done working at the warehouse when it first blew up. Because I remember that
I was still stateside when that all exploded.
I think not too long after you went to the States is when it started, or like when it all kind of came to light.
Mm-hmm.
So 7 years ago, actually closer to 7.5. So something that's been dead 2 presidents ago is apparently they felt the need to drag that back up. If you want the exact quote, it was, "Sexism has plagued the male-dominated gaming industry for decades, and increasing so in recent years." Then, it had a little in-text citation that cited an article about Gamergate specifically. And they also mentioned that the CEO and president spots were always filled by white men. Alright, but to be fair on Activision Blizzard, if we go just with, after Activision and Blizzard made the merger, the CEO's always been Bobby Kotick, so, what the fuck you want him to do? Alright, starting tomorrow, I'm no longer a hot man. I'm now I'm a black woman. Yeah, he can't change his race. I mean, I guess he could argue his gender, but he ain't gonna change his fucking race.
Tropic Thunder, that shit.
He's just gonna start showing up the word, and tasteful blackface is the best I can describe that.
Yes! Talking like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. I felt like an idiot when I first watched that movie, because I wasn't really listening to what was going on. But I didn't realize that was supposed to be Robert Downey Jr. or a white man. I thought the whole time that was a black dude.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, I thought it was a black dude. And then, upon rewatching it as I'm older, I'm like, holy shit.
When he was taking off, the wig and stuff at the very end, at that point, I'm like, oh shit, he was white!
He had the blue eyes and all that shit. Just like, whoa, fuck.
He was Robert Downey Jr. except with fucking blonde hair from what I remember.
Blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah. Oh shit, wait, did they shove contacts in his eyes too?
I think so, yeah.
Good God. But, moving on. On top of that, they also claim women do not reach the higher positions and don't get paid as much as men, and apparently it's the case throughout the company. They'll start women off at a lower pay than men, and, like I said, the thing about give them less opportunities to show their worth. Mm-hmm. I'm taking their word for it because I don't work for Activision.
Yeah, I can't really speak for...
Yeah. We don't know anyone that works at Activision, so all we got is their word. But, sorry, I accidentally clicked off of it. Let's see, this is the part where I got fucking confused, because, they wrote specifically that there was, a frat boy-like culture at work. They would show up to work drunk and, brag about being hungry. Oh, here you go. Let me get the exact quote. Male employees would proudly come to work hungover, play games for long periods of time during work. At that point, I'm like, well, that's not so bad. That's pretty much my last job. And actually, this is also the moment when I realized I would not survive in a non-military workplace. Because they also wrote that they would engage in banter about their sexual encounters, talk openly about female bodies, and joke about rape. Which, if you ever worked with...
Marines talk.
Yeah. If you ever worked with someone that was in the military, that's 90% of the conversation.
Well,
the other 10% is
military, a group of military guys,
Yeah. Oh, even with fucking normal civilians. They'll talk to me about, oh yeah, man, but you should hear about who I fucked last week. I don't know who that is, but that sounds fucking disgusting. Thank you. Because, it won't be about, normal, just one-on-one missionary sex like the fucking rules apparently state for the military. No, it's like, it was some fat old Filipina bar girl. We paid her about $5, and we all just kind of used her to play a game of Limp Bizkit. Thank you for that. I really wanted to know. That's a very disturbing image. And it's not just, what makes it worse is it's not just the dude, like the male Marines that would joke about this. It'll be female, or not joke, but talk about it. It's also the female too.
Yeah,
like,
any military member really.
Yeah, I remember. So I used to work with. She was a sailor, but like, yeah, she used to talk about giving dudes blowjobs all the time and how good she was with it.
Wasn't it the chick that your coworker was like, I don't know why she keeps telling us that she's so good at it.
Yeah. Cause like she would talk about like, so yo, she'd suck the dick like normal, and she would like feel the dick twitch in her mouth. So she'll like, which is signal in her head for, all right, well he's about to come. So she'll like deep throat the thing until they just let him come in the throat.
Interesting.
All right, sorry, I thought that was her. I'm kidding. She had a big old. I can't say the words. I'll say blank then. She had a big old blank nose, and I'm honestly would be kind of worried that if she tried to suck me off, her nose would just keep jabbing into my pelvis. Damn, she had a big old snout on her. But it was.
But she's really good at it, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm taking her word for it too. I never got sucked off by her. The last people on Earth I would ever want to fuck are coworkers.
Isn't that one of the people like one of the a mutual person, the one who called me C Money? Is that the one? Is that the one that like going away party? He was talking about having like an affair with her.
No. He was talking about how her and all right. It wasn't that coworker, but okay. it was. We'll call him C Money. C Money. We were having to go away for our manager at the time. The manager we'll call M.
Okay.
But yeah, they were having to go away, right? So he was. C Money was drunk out of his gourd. Stands up. All right, I want to make a toast to M. Keep in mind, her husband is sitting right next to her. Right? He stands up. Yo, me and M, we share a physical secret. He wasn't talking about like how they fucked or nothing, right? Mm-hmm. So he's what's his name? C Money. He's a black dude. Like black is, you walk outside, you'd fucking losing him. But yo, he's fucking midnight black, right? Mm-hmm. But he's got like a hole in his ear. Like I think in the actual, not the lobe, but like in the actual ear itself. Mm-hmm. Not the big asshole before you get all smart ass on me. But yeah, like a little tiny hole, kind of like a pinhole. Uh-huh. She noticed it, or M noticed it, and started talking to him about, in Africa, that's a sign that you're supposed to be a shaman and stuff like that, and they kind of bonded from there.
Oh, okay.
But speaking of M, she did tell a coworker of mine that she had a sex dream about him at one point. Oof. Which, hey, we need to fucking sue my company, or my old company.
Was that with A?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course it would. Who the hell else would it be?
Touché.
But, A never went for it because he didn't want to stoop that low. As a matter of fact, his words is, she's fucking disgusting. Oof. Because, honestly, she reminded me of Pam from Archer. Like, I would, if I got into a fist fight with her, I would be scared for my life. Like, I will fucking start pulling out knives and out of my pockets and everything.
Okay.
Alright, but moving on. So, alright. And they would do cube crawls, which was the male employees would get drunk and crawl through the cubicles and engage in inappropriate behavior towards the female employees, which was, sexual harassment and groping them. Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, it says right. I got written down my notes right here. getting groped through cube crawls. High-ranking executives and creators engaged in blatant sexual harassment without repercussions. That's a direct quote from the lawsuit. Here's another one. A female employee committed suicide during a business trip with a male supervisor who had brought butt plugs and lubricant with him on the trip. Because, with every fucking business trip, you need to bring butt plugs and lube.
You never know, man. You gotta take a shit. You gotta stop it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I did. Oh, good God, that's another coworker story I can share shortly. But here, let me finish this quote. Later on, I don't know if it was before or after
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I don't know if it's before or after the female employee committed suicide, but they were alleged to be passing around a picture of the deceased's vagina. But
I mean, like, who the fuck raised these people? Like, obviously they weren't raised by parents. Or parents who gave enough of a shit to actually make sure their kids weren't fucking scumbags. Because that's just something you don't pass around the office. I don't get it.
I mean, to be fair, when we were going to school, people were passing around pictures all the time.
I guess they're all in that.
Same mentality.
They did say like frat boy mentality.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Yeah, ever since
doesn't
that.
Excuse it, but.
I used to go to work. Well, actually, I never went to work hungover, but I had coworkers who did. We just fucked with them. Wait, no, I take the back. I did go to work. Not my actual job work, but I went and did matches hungover. That's a fucking nightmare.
I can only imagine.
But speaking of lubricant and jobs, back in November, my old coworker, we'll call what should we call him? We already gotten them. All right, fuck it. This guy will now be M for now. The old M is dead. But it was me, M, and P, right? We're all gonna go to Miyajima because we're supposed to be teaching kids English. While we were at the train station, M suddenly is like, "Say, here, do me a favor, grab this bottle, don't look at it, and put it in my bag." What? Here, no, just grab the bottle, put it in my bag. Don't look at it though. I look at it. It says Pepe. Pepe is a Japanese lubricant company. I obviously look at it. What the fuck? Why is this in your pocket? I was in Tokyo, and as they say, you never know. You might need it. Alright, I guess I can't argue too much with that, but I don't know why the fuck you would bring it on this trip.
Right. It's like, we're not going to do anything fucking crazy.
Although a couple of the other teachers apparently did stay up until like 4 a.m. just talking.
Really?
I wasn't one of those teachers. I was a little bit too drunk. We went to this little...
When was this?
This was back in November.
Okay.
When we were in Miyajima, there was like a little... there's a Cajun restaurant over there, and we went and ate there.
Okay.
Dude, man, crocodile tastes way better than I could have possibly imagined. Like, they had, they called them crocodile nuggets. It's kind of like chicken nuggets, except with crocodile in them. Fucking delicious.
Okay.
Expensive, but fucking delicious.
Reminds me of a restaurant in Hiroshima just called Gator's Cajun Chicken.
Yeah, that's where it is, Miyajima.
Oh, that's Miyajima? I thought that was in Hondori.
No. Gator's in Miyajima. That's where I ate.
Oh, okay.
But damn it was delicious. I almost spent the entire paycheck I got doing that. It was just a 2-day job. I almost spent the entire paycheck in that fucking store. I've never been more disappointed.
Still trying to get over M's. Like, I get the whole you never know when you need it, but you're going on a school trip.
Yeah.
Unless he was thinking he was gonna bang one of the teachers.
Well, there were a couple of them that were pretty fucking hot.
So everyone stayed the night?
Most of them, yeah. I think like only 2 of the teachers did, but for the most part, everybody stayed. Because it wasn't just people from where we live. It was like people from like, I think, uh, Yokosuka showed up, some people from Saspo, and so on and so forth.
I remember we went bar hopping last week, and you saw the dude who ran the entire thing.
And somehow he did not remember who the fuck I was.
And he's like, yeah, I thought you looked familiar. It's like, yeah, you fucking liar.
Yeah, asshole, I'm trying to beg a job from you.
Now you're making me look like the asshole. God.
You and your school can eat my ass. I don't even think it's his school.
He's probably just the leader of the trip.
Most likely. But, where were we? Alright, let's see. Complaints were made to the executives, president, and HR, but allegedly, they didn't do anything, or they failed to take effective remedial measures, and employees were further discouraged from complaining as human resource personnel were known to be close from the alleged harassers. And on top of that, the complaints, they weren't kept confidential, so they knew for sure who the fuck made those complaints.
It's like, I read that Kodak was allegedly aware of everything that happened.
That wasn't in the actual lawsuit, but yeah, that did eventually come out.
And then, just like your entire job in human resources is confidentiality, no matter your relationship. I figured you signed an NDA whenever you're in a position like that.
I don't know if you have to sign an NDA, but actually, I thought it was illegal to be like, what's called to.
It's against the law to share any complaints that are said.
Yeah.
In confidence to you while you're in HR.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like the only person who has any right to know that kind of information is the, site manager. So your old works site manager.
Me.
You would have privy to that information. The actual director of your program or your branch. This is all. It may be different because I'm coming at it from a military perspective. So, I think it's the same. I think it's similar to normal work people, but our HR department,
just people up your chain of command.
Yeah.
And HR.
Yeah, and then so everyone in the HR office, well, not everyone, the director of HR, manager, and the actual person receiving the complaint are the only ones who should have any kind of information of what a person said, and if it needs action taken, or when action needs to be taken, the person who's getting a case put against, I think, is notified, saying you are now under investigation for da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then that's whenever it'll start becoming common, because then at that point everyone in the office is gonna know.
Even then, I don't think they would. They're supposed to say the name of the person.
Yeah, their HR's entire job is to protect the person putting in the complaint.
Protect the human.
Yeah, it's like the what's it called? I guess it'd be like a whistleblower act where the whistleblower has to have his identity concealed or
with whistleblower, you don't have to have your identity concealed, at least off the top of my head from what I remember.
Oh, okay.
But you can't touch them for an extended period of time,
and you can't retaliate.
Yeah, that's what I meant by you can't touch them. From, I think it was up to 90 days.
Oh, well.
But you know how it goes. People try to find loopholes around it.
Mm-hmm. But, so the person in HR should have been fired immediately.
Yeah.
Well,
to be fair, everybody, from what it looks like, from the lower employees up, need to be fired.
Yeah.
Cause
Especially the ones who were known to be sharing shit around the office like that.
yeah.
And like, if the boss knows and lets it happen, it's just like, the fuck is your problem, man? It's like, no wonder your fucking games suck. Everyone's too busy, looking at fucking nudie photos that they have no entitlement to. But fucking people should be fired.
I'm looking through the rest of this, but just so I don't just like keep saying, well, they did sexual harassment. You can just fucking name all the sexual harassment things they did. I'm trying to keep it more concise than it is. I've been on this for about 20 minutes now, I believe. But apparently they hate moms over at Activision. One lady asked her supervisor for a promotion since she was doing the work anyways. And the response was they could not risk promoting her as she might get pregnant and like being a mom too much. And they ignored medical restrictions and gave negative evaluations while they were out on maternity leave.
That's retarded.
And they would kick female employees out of lactation rooms to use the room for meetings. Honestly, I didn't know lactation rooms were even a thing.
Yeah, it's you have to have a place where, what's it called, breastfeeding mothers can pump and if their baby's in the office, breastfeed their baby without anyone looking.
Right,
I think it's actual law. Maybe
it's just because I've been over in Japan and working on military base my whole life, but from what I've seen, they usually just get sent to the toilet. Well, not for the breastfeeding part, but for the actually, usually kids aren't allowed at work in the first place.
Every major office building aside from yours has a feeding room.
No kidding.
By law, they have to have a feeding room.
But actually, speaking of kids in the office, that was something that happened once. Some dude complained about that.
Oh.
Yeah, he so him and his roommate, they worked in my office. And for some reason, they were always joined at the hip. Before I became site manager, it was like 2 or 3 site managers before me. They decided, all right, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna try to separate them. We're gonna put one on the first shift, one on second shift.
Okay.
What they ended up doing was, they would both show up for first shift. The one that's supposed to be on second shift would just fuck off on a computer until it was time for him to work, and then he was gonna work. And then the one that, came in that actually works first shift would do the opposite. He would just fuck off whenever it's not his shift.
It sounds like what we used to do in high school.
What?
We were joined at the hip.
We were, but if I got told, hey, Sydney, show up to work or show up to school at 6, I'm not gonna be like, hey, Cole, I gotta go work at school at 6. What time you gotta go? 8. All right, well, you want to just come with me and fuck off for 2 hours, and I'll fuck off for 2 hours when it's your time to go home? Or when it's your time to stay in? But, he was doing that, right? And, the managers were trying to tell these two, like, look, you can't be doing this shit. Because if people see you at work, because we shared the building with a bunch of other people and we were supposed to work together, they expect you to work.
Yeah.
Like, reasonable enough.
Job, you should be doing a job.
Yeah, well, even if it's your off hours, number one, if it's your off hours, their thing was you should be at work during your off hours. You should be at home. Unless they're doing overtime or something. Because they don't want, some people from another office to come over. Hey, can you do this, this, and this for me? No, I'm on my off hours. And they just be fucking confused too. So they're trying to explain that to them. They filed a complaint on one of my coworkers, bringing their kid in the morning, that got kicked out before the building was even officially open.
Jeez.
Like we all showed up at 6:30. The building officially opens at 7.
Uh-huh.
The dude complained about the kid being there from 6:30 to 7.
Fuck off.
And yeah, it's like fucking, what's that word? It's petty.
Retarded.
Nah, it's petty.
It's like it's like I get you work there, but it doesn't give you the right to just fuck around. And we talked about this before.
Yeah, when we did for yeah.
And you're like, whenever you're at work, people expect you to do your work. So whenever you're there, they're thinking you're working.
Yeah.
No one's gonna see a 10-year-old and be like, he's obviously working here. I'm gonna ask him to fucking repair this computer.
We were all telling this dude this. His thing was, no, there's no difference between me and the kid. There's a major difference. But to be fair,
20s.
I was trying to explain to this guy that there's a difference between the culture of National Guard and because he was in the National Guard, and the culture of Marines and sailors and all that good stuff. He was not having any of it. I'm like, look, it's a little bit of a different culture because, National Guard, even though you might be, I don't know how National Guard works, so if I'm pulling shit out of my ass. You might be stationed somewhere away from your home state.
Yeah.
If that, you might be stationed in your home state, but you're in America still. These motherfuckers get stationed, generally speaking, overseas and stuff. They might act like National Guard dudes in the States, if they never got deployed anywhere. But, when you get deployed to, like, Japan or fucking Korea, it's a little bit different. They're going to act up more because they ain't got to go back to the States anytime soon.
Yeah.
They got someone watching over them. No, it's the same thing. It's still a branch of the military. I never fucking said it wasn't a branch of the military. I just said the culture is different.
Yeah. And anyone who doesn't see that the culture, like, every branch, Marines are a little more fucking crazy than any other service. Like, the fat electrician, to quote him, there are 2 branches of the military. You got the Navy and you got the Army. The Air Force is just a corporation, and the Marine Corps is a cult.
Yeah.
Because they're the only ones that's like, once a Marine, always a Marine. They had to be, basically, fucking PETA had to be like, hey, can you stop drinking Cobra blood? It's not cool, man. But, obviously, people don't fucking get it.
It's not even necessary. Like, I wasn't even saying that, it's different, between all the branches. Because, I've thought that without saying, but evidently fucking not. I was just trying to explain to him, it's different when you're a military dude in the States and when you actually fucking get deployed elsewhere.
Yeah.
I don't want to say they're usually lenient on you, but, like, let's say you're a U.S. military dude in Japan.
Uh-huh.
Unless you fuck up royally, like something minor, like you gotta do a fist fight with someone at bar. Unless someone says something, no one's gonna fucking find out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the States, you gotta do a fist fight. Everybody speaks the language. Everyone knows who to contact. A Japanese dude sees 2 Marines beating the hell out of each other. Who is he gonna contact? Japanese police, and that's it. And they'll probably say, well, if they're I don't know if that would be an international incident. I mean, they're fighting in Japan soil, so I guess that would be. But if they're fighting each other, I don't know if that would count or not.
I think. Oh wait, no. I think for it to be an international incident, you have to cause harm to a Japanese national.
Yeah.
Is that fucker still working there?
Which one?
The dude who bitched about.
Oh no, he quit like about 3 months later. Well, thank you so much for causing that ruckus.
Oh, he's the okay. I think I know. Is he the one that did the thing?
Did the thing?
Went crazy.
No. The one that lit himself on fire? No. Although that was also an international incident.
I can see that. But, yeah, we're getting sidetracked. But, yeah, the National Guard, they don't deploy. And if they deploy, it's on U.S. soil, like you said. I don't think they go overseas. From my understanding.
National Guard, no. Well,
normal military.
Army Reserves. Actually, I don't know. I gotta look that up, because I know Marine Reserves, they actually do deploy people elsewhere for training.
Okay. I've only met two reservists. But there's a Naval Reserve person that works in Japan. Well, she's here with her husband, so I guess that doesn't count.
The Deep Throat chick, she was a reservist while she was here. Then she joined. She ended up re-enlisting.
Okay.
After she got into an argument with her husband.
All right.
Because what a shock. Navy dude, married Navy dude that, sailed the world, is gonna be in a happy relationship.
Okay.
But to be fair, nothing says happy relationship like having a joint Facebook account. But, so, and apparently things at one point, for some of these executives were so bad, like, one of the senior creative directors for World of Warcraft had a reputation of, being aggressively hitting on his coworkers, allegedly. Yeah, this is the fucking ginger. We all know that, we all heard that he fucked an ostrich.
Allegedly.
Thank you. I nearly fucked that up. But, so one of the senior creative directors allegedly, or for World of Warcraft, allegedly had a reputation of aggressively hitting on his coworkers to a point where supervisors had to intervene and pull him off.
Shit.
But, they would also retaliate on the people who complained, such as laying them off, transferring them to, giving them unwanted transfers, and denying them career advancements. Alright, so where does Bobby Kotick fit in all this? Oh, and also after the lawsuit was filed, Blizzard had a response. It could be summarized with, "Nah, but the DFAEH, they're the bad guys."
Jeez.
Yeah. But, so, where's Bobby Kotick fit into all this? Apparently he knew a bunch of this shit was going on, and he didn't feel the need to tell the board of directors, so now, employees are now getting up in arms and saying that he needs to resign.
Dang.
Yeah, because, for example, in 2016 and 2017, an employee got raped by her supervisor.
Whoa, shit.
Yeah. And it said rape, not sexual assault or anything like that. So full-on rape. She threatened to sue, but it was settled out of court, and the cops were involved, but Bobby Kotick decided not to report it to the board of directors.
That's just irresponsible.
Yeah. Yeah, you figured to be fair though, I figured one of the board of directors would be looking out the window. Huh. Why the fuck are there cops outside? I know that's not how it works. But, so, there were two different stories about this, though. The spokeswoman for Activision said that the employee did report the incidents to the company until after she left. But there was an email going around, and a coworker also said that, excuse me, she told the HR over at Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer, think they worked on. Well, they worked on majority Call of Duties, but
they did Dead Space, I believe. That was their first claim to fame.
Wait, it was Dead Space?
I believe Sledgehammer was Dead Space.
I'm looking up. No, they worked on Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, Advanced Warfare, World War 2, Modern Warfare, Black Ops, Cold War, and Vanguard. Honestly, I only really recognized the Modern Warfare 3. I didn't know they made any of these other Call of Duties. But what up?
Just hearing like the alleged shit that happens, it kind of puts into perspective. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, it gets better. You straight up told the board of directors he didn't even know anything was happening. Even though there were memos, emails, and interviews with former employees that show he did know about what was going on and he just didn't feel the need to say anything.
You want that guy running your fucking company.
Well, I thought it was his company to begin with. It's a public company, so I guess technically there are shitloads of owners. Wait, okay, sorry. He's only the CEO, but there's a fellow named Brian Kelly who's the chairman.
The chairman?
Basically, like the overall head, I believe.
Okay.
But, sorry, I'm trying to get back up because I was looking at Activision's Wikipedia page. Because, that's a reliable source of information.
Nah.
But, where are we? And, the Activision spokeswoman, that's what they called her, the Wall Street Journal, said Mr. Kotick would not been informed of every report of misconduct at every Activision Blizzard company, nor would he be reasonably be expected to have been updated on all personnel issues. Honestly, fair enough. Because how many companies does Activision Blizzard own? I'm looking at the list of subsidiaries, but there's basically a shitload of them.
Yeah.
But you figured after like the 30th fucking time someone said, "Yo, that motherfucker sexually harassed me," or someone sexually harassed me, you figured he would fucking find out about it. Someone would eventually be like, "Yo, you realize people are getting, there's fucking cube crawls going on right as we speak, right?" But again, to be fair, maybe it just didn't go up the chain of command like it was supposed to.
People wonder why Warcraft and shit went down the shitter.
Well, I like Activision Blizzard's, or at least Blizzard's whole response to all this. Alright, we need to stop all the sexism and sexual harassment at our workplace. We're taking titties out of World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I like how that's like the reparations for all the alleged activities that happened.
Yeah, because, that's what's going to solve this issue.
Not firing those responsible.
Yep. Let's see. So, Bobby Kotick is actually taking action now that his fucking, they twisted his arm enough. Alright, so apparently he is going to reduce his total annual compensation to $6,200. $62,500. I fucked up that royally.
Let's see, but this is public knowledge. How much he makes.
Well, I mean, even then, that I was actually gonna get to that. Whether it's lip service or even a big dent to how much money he makes, that's up in the air. Cause I remember seeing that he was on the board for like a bunch of other companies, including Coca-Cola. So whatever money he's making at Activision might just be a drop in the bucket compared to how much money he's making working for all the other companies as well. Okay, or being on the board for all the other companies.
So Bobby Kotick in a year, makes $1.75 million.
Good.
He has reduced it to $875,000.
Oh wow, actually that is a pretty big dent, I guess.
Making his planned total compensation for the year $154.6 million.
Good God.
I'm just like, Jesus fuck, dude.
Yeah, I wish I could make some of that money. Bobby Kotick hired me.
Any old sap can run Activision, dude.
I want to show up to work hungover.
It's a shithole company anyway.
It's a shithole company, but good God, they fucking print money.
Yeah, it's from WoW. Getting all the money from WoW and all the Battle Pass shit from Call of Duty.
Well, you gotta remember who they get from. China. But, where are we? Alright, oh, and he's also supposedly trying to implement a zero-tolerance harassment policy. Man, goddamn. It's great you're implementing all of this after the lawsuit comes about.
Yeah. It's like, imagine if, the lawsuit never happened.
Yeah, then you would be in this pickle. And they decided to promote a longtime employee, Jennifer O'Neill, to be the co-head of Blizzard. She sent an email to someone at Activision's legal team where she professed to a lack of faith in Activision's leadership. Excuse me. It said it was clear that the company would never prioritize our people the right way. And admitted to being sexually harassed earlier in her career and was paid less than the guy running Blizzard. Less than the guy she was working with at Blizzard before she quit. Says she's Asian and gay. She said, I have been tokenized, marginalized, and discriminated against. I don't know about let's be honest. Everyone saw that right from the get-go when they promoted you. Yeah. They were trying to, of course they were going to get tokenized. They were trying to look, we're trying to make changes, but you're the new co-head of Blizzard. Let's see. One of the co-heads of, and this, another thing that's damning towards old, Bobby Kotick. But apparently one of the co-heads of Treyarch was accused of sexually harassing an employee in 2017. They had an internal investigation and recommended that guy needs to be gone. Bobby Kotick stepped in. And, stepped in, said we need to keep him. All that dude got was counseling. And he knew incidents were happening in 2020, where apparently 30 employees wrote how they were subjected to unwanted touching, and that's where my notes cut off, apparently. Shit.
This is what it is, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, we were planning this for 2 weeks, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to do this last week, and then we found out about the Bode situation.
And when we recorded this one, our audio wasn't working.
Yeah. I won't lie, I had half my mind to cry.
Bleh.
But yeah, so it's a shit show going on over at Activision right now. Oh wait, that is something that I was gonna say. Apparently Bobby Kotick also said that he was planning on stepping down if he couldn't fix things in if he could fix things quickly, I believe was the exact quote that was said.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a month, and I don't know if things are getting fixed. Actually, it's been about 6 months now.
I think someone else stepped up for a bit, and then she quit.
Yeah, I think it might be that Jennifer O'Neill.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much step up, it was just, hey, we're getting yelled at because of our treatment of women, and hopefully that didn't blow out anyone's ears.
Yeah.
I had to move the mic, but people are getting on us about how we treat women. Can you do this?
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. How can a scumbag run a company like that? Well, I mean, most businessmen are
That's
assholes.
most
So,
corporations.
yeah. I could never be a businessman like
Nah.
that. You gotta be willing to fucking destroy someone's life to have a job like that and be okay with it.
Yeah. Fuck that.
I like to think that a lot of corporations, their CEOs are just like power hungry, and they take pride in destroying people's livelihoods.
Wait, you
Not all
like
of
to
them.
think that?
That's what I think that a lot of like CEOs feel is like they have like this power complex they want, and they want to fucking ruin people's lives, I guess.
Oh, I was just confused because you said you'd like to think that.
Oh, it's not what I meant. I meant like people like I think that a lot of CEOs may think that way. Sorry.
You heard it here first, folks. Kodai says if you're a CEO, fuck you.
I think it's most people, yeah. Except for the CEOs themselves.
I heard good. Well, not CEO, but I've heard good things about Iwata over at Nintendo when he was still alive. They were planning on doing what's called layoffs, and he
took a pay cut, right?
Yeah, he took a pay cut to keep as many people as he can. So I don't know. That dude seems pretty good.
Maybe it's American companies.
Goddamn America. But should we move on to the other topic at hand?
Yes.
Alright. I want to say this is a funnier topic, but
this one made me physically sick.
Yeah. If it... Oh, good God. If that fear... Alright, so... This week, I forget his name, but the executive senior vice president of engineering over at PlayStation, or over at Sony, he got busted by a YouTube channel called People vs. Preds. I screwed up and fucked up their name in the description of this video. Fuck. I'll fix it later. But so...
That's in height.
Yeah. So People vs. Preds. They've ended up catching him. How should we put this? Trying to fuck children. Well, fuck a kid, specifically a 15-year-old. They did Chris Hansen style, where they just somehow got in contact with. They're calling him George on the YouTube channel, so we'll just call him George for now.
Okay.
They got in contact with old George, and got him to agree to meeting up with them so they can basically catch him in the act and spread the word out. Holy shit! He shows up. He opens the door wearing a big whole PlayStation 5 shirt. Sony responded in kind by firing this man.
You know, something that Bobby Kotick obviously can't do, allegedly.
Good God. And some of the chat logs, holy shit. I'm actually really scared to read some of these because it'll be like, alright. First of all, apparently he decided to name that. I'm assuming that this is some sort of sex site shit, some sort of dating site, right? And I'm assuming that that's his name, but apparently old George here decided that he's gonna name himself Giving Head, cause I mean, I guess that is information they want to know. Oh, keep in mind, this is also for the way... Oh.
This is on Grindr.
Yeah, it says it on the file names. This is all People versus... Or People v. Preds video. It was circulating for a good minute. But yeah, if you go on the description, it has all the chat logs. But yeah, it was on Grindr apparently. And holy shit, he feels the need to ask this supposed 15-year-old kid, I believe. I think that's what they said, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it says it right here on the video. Yeah, 15-year-old boy. He decides to ask him, "You sucked or been sucked before? How old were you the first time?" And he also specifically asked, "You come for him in his mouth?" And when the alleged 15-year-old boy answered, he said, "Yeah, he asked for it. Haha." Good old, what's his name? George here responded with a "Nice. I love that." You know, it's kind of conversations you have with a 15-year-old kid. And he tells him that he loves sucking and swallowing. And you can hear Kodai audibly getting pissed off just talking about this. But yeah, they even... So, you know, old George here sent the picture of his face. And they went ahead and decided to do good old facial recognition. You know, just... I don't know how accurate these are, but they put it through an app. Took the picture off of... I'm gonna assume one... maybe like his... not Indeed. What's the name? LinkedIn. And compared it to the picture that he sent the 15-year-old kid. The decoy, we'll call it that.
Mm-hmm.
Sent the picture to the decoy, and it popped up as 96.96% resemblance level. And apparently they tried it with they did it with the picture on this LinkedIn, the picture that the guy sent them, the video picture, and yeah, so they did all three of them just to make sure, and yep, it's that dude. And you know, Sony decided, all right, well, obviously we can't have a fucking kitty fucker working for us anymore, and fired him. And you think, oh, well, that's the end of that.
Nope.
Then we had this one actually kind of went under the radar. But the name of this dude is apparently Todd. That's the name that People vs. Preds gave him. Senior account manager over at fucking Nvidia.
And now I can never use their graphics cards again.
Yeah. I'm gonna use fuck out the one that's in there right now, though.
I have to, whenever I switch, I have to go to AMD now. Just out of principle.
Well, I think senior account manager is pretty low on the totem pool, though.
Doesn't matter.
It's okay. He's not harming kids anymore. At least I'm hoping.
Prison.
Hopefully he's in prison. Again, I don't know how well I don't know if this technically can get him put in jail or not. I don't know if the people from To Catch a Predator ever went to jail or not. But yeah,
True.
This one... what's up?
So true.
Yeah. Because again, I watched only a handful of episodes to Catch a Predator, but kind of wish that they would show that they got arrested or something. Like, you know, how much more entertaining would an episode to Catch a Predator be if it's like, alright, get the fuck out of here. Alright, he walks out of the door, immediately gets tackled by 5 cops.
Be so fucking satisfying.
Yeah. See, there you go. Make it even better. It'll be a crossover. Have a crossover between To Catch a Predator and cops. you know, you can have it kind of like a simulcast. You go on one channel, watch To Catch a Predator, where they're like talking over how they're gonna catch the predator. On the other channel, you're watching Cops, and they're just sitting right outside the door waiting. But moving on. So old Todd here decided that he was gonna just name himself Top.
Because you gotta tell people what he is.
Yeah. So that's why I've never used Grindr for obvious reasons. Is that supposed to be the name or like what they like doing?
Is basically Tinder but for gay people.
I mean, I know that. But what I mean is do you write your name on Grindr, or do you just write what the like top or given head like the other dude did?
I assume that it's like Tinder in a lot of ways. I'm not too sure.
Okay. I do like how apparently Grindr has two spots right at the bottom. HIV status and when they were last tested for HIV.
I mean, you gotta have that whenever you got, dudes who fuck each other. Yeah, that knowledge has to be known, so, say they hook up with someone.
No, I mean, I know, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing for them to have. It's just, I never see it on Tinder.
True.
If I did, I must have missed it. And
I don't. American Tinder.
Maybe.
We have Japanese.
Well, then it should be having a thing for syphilis then. But well, we both know the reason why they fucking have it on Grindr. It's just not politically correct to say why they have it on Grindr. Alright. Sorry, I ended up clicking on the chat logs link on the bottom, and that was one of the things that popped up. Fuck me. This one, Kodai, actually, I like Kodai fucking read them off, because you legitimately got pissed off at these.
I got pissed off and just, like, physically disgusted. Like, it took me a minute. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah.
Find it again. It closed out. Hold on. But, so, NVIDIA's chief finance, senior account manager. Fucking,
Todd.
Yeah, Todd.
Of course it's a fucking Todd.
Hold on. It's loading right now. So, you got all the information for him. Like, I guess this is all Grindr stuff. Maybe the top is, like, looking for people who like to be on top.
Maybe.
So, this
God, there's actually a position fucking... If you go to the information thing, it actually has what position he likes to be on there. I even like his tribes. What's his tribe? Discreet?
Discreet jock.
Yeah. No shit you want to be discreet because you're trying to fuck a 15-year-old, you dumbass.
Yeah. So, Top decides to start off this entire fucking conversation with a picture of his hairy-ass chest. And George here says, "Hey, Daddy." And then he proceeds to send more fucking pictures as if we needed more. And, George is baiting him. He's like saying, "You're hot," and stuff. And Top
Specifically,
decides
you're
to
hot,
say,
Daddy.
Yeah. Top decides to be like, "What's happening, youngster?" So already, I don't know what he put his age on.
We can assume it's above 8. I think
maybe 18.
In the States it's illegal for, when you're on a dating app, I think you have to be 18 and above.
This is where I see his fucking moral compass is grade. Not grade, it's just there's no moral compass. Because I'm only 15, please don't be mad. And he says, "No worry, there's no one for me to tell."
Yep.
And George's like, haha, I wish I was older, but I would hate to lie. LOL. And then Top, I guess being the gentleman he thinks he is like, thank you for being honest. Don't wish for that. Don't wish for that. It will happen soon enough and already is. I'm 58. Then, George baits him again. That's hot. LOL. Damn it. My phone's like, stop. No more.
Yeah, my line was blowing up there too.
So hold on. He's like, can you keep a secret? Top decides, yeah, I got no one to tell. And then he fucking creepily says you're getting older and older by the minute already. Like, smiley face already. Being curious is a natural and great thing. Leads to discovery. Where do you live? And then George proceeds to be like, oh, I'm only visiting, getting the pleasantries. And it's like, I guess he was visiting in quotations, Sacramento. He's like, George is also like, I like San Diego. Just making small talk, and Top so far is like, me too. I love the ocean, the weather, and the weather is much better. Sacramento is hot in the summer. And then George's like, can we text? I don't want to get banned. And this fucker proceeds to say, I'm not certain I can be with a minor. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. There's laws against that, all right? It's a fucking crime. He's like, nothing personal, just risky. You shouldn't even be debating this. The minute he says, I'm 15, you say, oh, fuck, bye. And he's like, nothing personal. And he's like, why would I tell? I don't know where the fuck that came from, George. I don't know where that came from. And Top is like, I don't know. And George is like, okay, haha. He's texting the way all 15-year-olds used to text, like short, like you, on lowercase I, incomplete sentences and a bunch of acronyms, just to kind of play the part. And all of a sudden, it's like, what do you have in mind? It's like, again, why the fuck are you continuing this conversation? And then he's like, I was looking for something now, to be honest. And Top proceeds to go like, where and what? Tell me more. And then I guess George's like, I mean, what do you like? I'm down for whatever. And then this is where Top, the senior finance manager of Nvidia, proceeds to say,
senior account.
I quote, I like kissing, making out, body contact, getting sucked, oral rimming, and fucking. A lot depends on chemistry. Enjoy mutual satisfaction. Top here. What? In no way is that acceptable to talk to a 15-year-old about any of that shit. Ever. I don't give a fuck who you are.
You mean to tell me it's not a good idea to talk to 15-year-olds about how mutual oral is always fun?
Right? And he's like, what did you like better? And George's like, getting sucked, LOL. And, he does the fire shit, whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean. He reacts to the message. And, Top, no moral compass, just proceeds just constantly fucking say, where are you staying? And then, George tells him, and we find out that Top chief senior Nvidia account lives in Del Mar. And, George, being the fish out of water he is in the situation, only visiting, he doesn't know if that's far. So he asked the kid to fucking host. And he's like, I have to head downtown at 5:30 a.m. What are you staying in, a hotel or a place you can host? He's like, a hotel? It's like, alone? It's like, right now, yeah, my mom's at the casino. Now, assuming that this was all true and they were staying in a hotel, I'm assuming the hotel is in the casino.
Or at least very close to it.
Like, maybe not even 5 minutes, right?
I would say, most likely next door.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I've never been to a casino, but I thought most of the times it's like you got the casino, then you got like the actual hotel right next door.
yeah. And he asked if he's alone. Like I said, alone. And he's like, my mom's in the casino. Honestly, the conversation should have ended 3 screenshots ago, but here we are. He's like,
Look,
okay, got it. And
this
he's like, my tablet's about to die. You gonna text me?
bro, the
So George,
conversation should have died after the dude said he was fifth fucking teen.
this is like the 6th thing. That's why I said it should have ended way, way sooner.
You said 3 screens, so that's why I was
Oh,
confused.
okay.
Sorry.
And he's like, my tablet's about to die. Can you text me? He's like, can you charge it? What's your number? And he's like, I forgot the cable, lol. Then he proceeds to keep prodding. What hotel room number and time? He's going out of his way to get there before 5:30 because I don't think it's said yet, but mom will be back at 7, like most days, is what George says. He's trying to get there at 4:30. He's got a meeting at 5:30 downtown apparently, and he's basically just rushing to get to this.
Not anymore.
And he proceeds like, do you have any X-Pix stats? What fucking stats are you talking about there, bud? I don't get it.
I'm going to assume
I guess
dick
it's in the
size.
It's like actually your stats are in your profile. So I guess when you make a grinder, you have to make a profile with like I guess all the shit that like the whole like HIV tested shit, like last testing and so on and so forth. And he's like tells him the hotel. And then the George, the Pred versus V people or whatever, says you're being weird. No shit.
You mean to tell me it wasn't weird when he decided to continue pursuing a 15-year-old kid?
He's like, I need to see if it's close enough. Why he's still pushing this, I don't fucking get it. And he's like, when you text, I feel comfortable, I will tell you. And he's like, not trying to be weird, just very careful given I only have one phone number.
Well, that worked out well for you, didn't it, Todd?
And then George's like, I should be the one who's scared. Yeah, any kid would be scared shitless in that situation. And he's like, I'm not scared. You should be fucking terrified, dude. Because when you get caught, you're probably going to get killed in prison. And he's like, what you mean? I'm 15. Like it was a question, why is he like scared? It's a child. And you're being a fucking predator. Kill yourself. Then he's like, my tablet's gonna die, it's at 1%. And then he's like, I'll text you to say hi. What's your name? Proceeds to give him a name which is blocked out. So I guess this is the name that the name I guess he gave is the name he uses to catch most people, I assume. So they didn't do it. And then Top is like, okay, thanks. How do I know you're not a cop or law enforcement?
If only he knew.
It's like,
guess he's not a cop.
Yeah, it's just, he's like, because I'm 15, LMAO, what the fuck? It's like, that's your concern right now, not the fact that you're like, just preying on an innocent child. Now, I'm going to preface this. He's not a child. It's a dude luring predators out. And he's like, many people on here are not honest and don't use their own picture, just heads up, so be careful. Are you honest? Is what George responds with. And then he continues, fucking Top goes on and says, fakes, flakes, and con artists abound. He didn't know he was getting fucking conned. He's like, yes, I am honest. That's why I'm sharing this with you. He's like, okay, I'm waiting for your text, LOL. And he just sent a message, and it shifts to our anime protagonist's phone, with the text message with Todd58.
Did you refer to him as an anime protagonist?
The person catching this predator is an anime protagonist. So he
I,
says, "Hi."
I must have missed that anime when it's like, all right, what's this anime gonna be about? It's gonna be about a boy who's gonna catch perverts.
He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Surprised? What do you mean? Are you surprised that I text you? I am, LOL, horny and curious." What? What? He's like, "Kinda, I am. What's your name?" And Todd proceeds to say, "Scott," lying about his identity. "I like it, ha ha ha. Thanks. I'm kinda nervous. That makes two of us. I've never been with anyone your age, and I'm still not certain it's a good idea."
No shit.
No shit, dude. You think that this wasn't a good idea from the beginning. And the fact that you're still pursuing is fucking disgusting. He said, fuck, my phone. I get it, phone. You don't want to continue this fucking heinous screenshot shit. He's like, I'm down for whatever you are. And then Todd proceeds to be like, what hotel are you at? I have to be downtown no later than 5:30. George says, what are we going to do? So Todd responds, so I can come early. And this is where George says, my mom won't be back till after 7 usually. Now, in conjunction to the what are we going to do, he's like, kiss and make out mutual oral, ? What do you have in mind? Why? What's your fucking deal, dude? Like, honestly, what fucking wire in your head is saying, like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good?
I mean, come on, guy. He just wants a little bit of oral while doing oral.
And fucking George says, that's fine with me. I just want to hear it so I know. Todd proceeds to continue and says, are you wanting to be fucked? Like, and then he's like, I liked your messages. I don't know. And he's like, we can try. You'll have to go slow, I guess, is George's response. He's like, okay, not required and no pressure. Let's see what the chemistry is and go with the flow. I'm genuinely like seething. George proceeds to be like, do you have condoms? Todd responds, yes. And then George's like, I'd rather do it all laughing face or whatever. And then Todd's like, and lube. Oh. The O with your thumb and index finger. Oh, I'm STD free, HIV negative, and I'm on PrEP. The OK symbol, I guess.
Yeah, I get what you're saying now.
And he's like, what's PrEP? Preventative drugs to protect me from getting HIV. Nearly all gay men are on it. Now, over the past 5 years, it's a breakthrough. And George's like, oh, okay, LOL. And then fucking Todd's like, drug. Huh? George's like, I mean, we should be fine. He's like, yes, of course, just full disclosure. I need to get ready and dressed for my day at this point. I cannot be there until 4:30. George says, hurry up. And Todd's like, does that still work? George responds, I guess. Yeah, do you have more pictures? Any X pics for nudes? And then, he deterred it and like, are you gonna flake? No. George asked if you're gonna flake. Yeah. And then George asked, you just want to jack off to, or pics to jack off to? Sad face. It's like, no. It's like, because I don't want to stay up if you aren't coming. You can see me when you get here, LOL. Understand. I got in trouble last time I sent photos. And I said, okay.
I'm kind of curious in a morbid way to figure out what he meant by that.
I don't know, man.
Got caught?
Maybe. Well, I mean, he's acting like a kid who got caught, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I meant. Like, what was he trying to insinuate there?
Maybe, like, his mom caught him last time he sent a picture or something.
I mean, that's gonna be kind of hard to explain. Johnny, why do you have all of your clothes off and you're taking a fucking selfie up against the fucking mirror?
Then Todd says, "You'll have to tell me about that. I can send you mine and Grinder if you want." He's like, "Here's fine if you want." He's like, "Gotta get ready." He's like, "You can shower here." Okay, thanks. Getting dressed. I have a long day ahead of work. For work, okay, I just showered. Cool, leaving my place. We'll text you soon. And sends him a Google address to the place where he's gonna bust him. Says the location. It's blurred out. Text me when you're here. I'll tell you the room number. Okay, I think that's better. You can just come up or not. Okay, that works. And he's like, "How long until you're here?" ETA. Driving 19 minutes. Okay. He's like, and then he got there. He's like, "I'm here, parked, room number 205. And that's the last of the screenshots. And then there's a video at the end of that where it's the dude being like, "What the fuck you doing here, man?" And then Todd just like, just kind of bumbles around and fucking walks away.
Decides to just get the fuck out of there.
Now that he knows what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
You should have fucking thought about that whenever the kid said he's 15. You shouldn't. End of conversation. Point blank, just boom, cut that shit off. Just no. But then the fucking dude, he went about it fucking. I get his anger. I understand it completely.
Yeah.
But just screaming, "You're a piece of shit, Todd. You're a piece of shit."
He went the what I can only call it the Ghost Lab way. Ghost Lab was an old show that was on Discovery Channel where they went and tried to go ghost hunting, and their method was standing in the middle of a room with possible vengeful ass ghosts running around. "Where the fuck you at, you piece of shit? Come on out and show yourself."
No, like I get, like, I get that there's a component to that, people can hear, and as the dude's screaming, he's screaming his name like, "Todd, you piece of shit, you're here to fuck 15-year-old, da 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 da." And Todd just ignores it, keeps walking. Shouldn't have even come in the first fucking place.
Actually, when you say it like that does make sense.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get everyone's attention, to kind of draw attention to this guy who's gonna prey on a child.
The whole two people that are gonna be outside at 4:30 in the fucking morning.
But he's screaming all this. He's calling piece of shit. And then Todd gets to his car. He's like, "Oh, just meeting a friend." Almost like he's gonna cry. It's like, yeah, you deserve to get a fucking curb stomping. That's what you deserve.
Is that really a lie, though? He didn't say what kind of friend.
I suppose. But
I'm just trying to be Jim Norton, devil's advocate.
But fucking. Then he stands in front of his car. He's like, "We can have a conversation." And he's, I can tell everybody or some shit.
What kind of conversation could you possibly have with a kiddie fiddler? What are you here for? To fuck a kid? No shit.
And it ends with him just standing in front of the car screaming. Now, I don't know if police action was taken. Because I really hope that this dude was caught and fired and thrown in a prison.
This one only had like 10,000 people that seen it, so I assuming the odds of it catching Nvidia's attention is very slim.
But I sat there the entire time reading through the screenshots. I sat there physically just nauseous the entire fucking time. I damn near lost my fucking temper just reading everything. But the fact that this dude's still probably walking around, you don't know who else he's preying on. And the fact that there's only like 10,000 people, I get it's not a big channel. I get that. But fuck. But you have the screenshots. You have the picture. He sent you pictures. Go to the fucking police. Don't make. I get exposing the exposing this guy. I get that, and I get that need, like that want for just catching this guy and getting him arrested. But the right course of fucking action is the minute he agreed to meet you is call law enforcement, and then provide the screenshots, and then they could actually make a case against him.
I'm trying to think, because...
And
is it illegal?
And whenever...
Does the dick have to make contact before it's considered illegal, is what I'm trying to get at.
It's still with, what's it called? Todd had intention to have sexual acts with a minor.
Okay.
And he acted on those. He acted on his word, saying, "I am coming." He appeared. He showed up.
There. Yeah.
That is enough to make a case. That is enough to at least start an investigation with the local police department. Because all police officers have to investigate potential child predators. They have to. It is the law.
I don't think there's no potential child predator. I mean, I think it's quite obvious he is.
For like
allegedly.
For legality's sake, you have it is the law, and anyone who is in childcare, anyone who is in the medical field, law enforcement, any of the first responders, any doctors, and any teachers and child care workers like CDC workers or whatever, they are bound by federal law. Whenever you start, you sign a petition of trust that if you know that a person is physically assaulting, sexually assaulting, or emotionally assaulting a child, you have, it's not even like, oh, maybe I should report it. No, it is your mandated responsibility to report it to the proper authorities. This dude acted out on a YouTube channel, and sure, he exposed the guy, but in the end, all this is for nothing. The dude wasted his fucking time because he didn't bring in law enforcement that we know of. I'm assuming real names weren't used. So all this could go to court, and people can say, they can say, how do we know it's really this guy? Granted, he showed up, but it's still an argument that the defense is going to make. How do we know that my client fucking was intent to do this? Maybe he actually was meeting a friend at the hotel, and this guy just happened to see him. Real names weren't used. You have an alias on Grindr, and then whenever what's it called?
I think that if they take a look at the picture of the Grindr account, and I think then I accidentally closed it, but he even sent them like an actual face picture too, right?
Yeah. So
I don't think the defense is gonna have much of a leg to stand on for, well, how do we know that this was the guy?
True. But
and on the video with the Sony dude, it had a pic, during the intro, it had people getting arrested, so I'm assuming the cops are on standby somewhere.
Yeah, maybe hopefully the cops were on standby for this guy too. Hopefully this YouTube guy actually went through the proper chain and report it to the police department, saying I had a feeling da 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 da, and he came, kind of thing, and the police department could make a case that way too. But we don't know if he even contacted the police. All we have video is of the dude showing up, which is good, but he didn't get I guess the way he approached the predator isn't exactly the way a person would. A normal person would approach it that way, but from a law enforcement standpoint, maybe. Oh man, but the police should have fucking been there. The minute that this dude said he's coming, he should have immediately called the police department and said, "I'm at this hotel. This man is coming to meet me. He thinks I'm a 15-year-old. Da 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 da. He sent me illicit messages. He had a plan like what he had planned out what we were gonna do, and the police department could have held him and then formed an investigation. But like I said, I don't know if this dude actually used his head and called the police. He went on a blind crusade to catch a child predator, which is admirable. You know, you're trying to catch child predators and stuff and get them off the street, but when you don't whenever you don't go through the appropriate authorities, you've wasted your time, and it's almost as if you did it for views. Coming from a completely objective standpoint, it could have been done for views. We don't know. Now, I'm not saying that he did it for views, because you can see genuine anger in his voice. You can definitely hear him like how pissed off he got, but without the proper authorities involved, it's pointless. Chris Hansen talked about it in a podcast where he's like, the first few investigations, police department weren't in on it, so we couldn't arrest him. There was no grounds for arrest. He showed up, yes, but the police officers didn't have a counter investigation going where they could act on it. So that's when Chris Hansen started negotiating with the police department, saying, "Hey, I'm in the area catching, like, there's a man meeting what he thinks is like a 13-year-old girl or something." And then the police would be on standby, and then whenever the guy shows up, they can make the arrest. But it's you have the proof, but I don't know if they can act on it as fast as they would have if he would have gone through the proper channels.
Even then, I'm trying to give the dude benefit of the doubt, because I think legally speaking, him just doing that crap is illegal. Like doing your own sting operation like this.
Yeah, because it's yeah. I think if it wasn't approved by law enforcement, then it can't be acted upon.
So might as well do the next best thing and put that dude on blast.
Yeah, put him on blast. Get exposure to your viewers and stuff, and maybe maybe an investigation could have started. But I think that technically could be entrapment.
Yeah.
Which is against the law, last I checked. And if anything, the dude in the YouTube channel, I think, could get charged with what he did.
Yeah.
He would get charged, not the dude who actually was going to act upon it with malicious intent. So in the end, he may have just fucked himself. Like I said, it's a noble cause. Oh. You know, you're trying to catch fucking pervert. I commend you, but when you do it as fucking stupid as you did it, it's not going to work. It just won't. But it's anytime I see something like this, it just physically makes me pissed off. As I think it would with anybody who isn't a pervert.
Can't believe it'll piss you off for perverts to get caught.
That's not what I mean, and you know it.
I know. I'm just trying to fuck with it, try to lighten up the mood.
There's no lightening the mood, man.
There is. At least we know one of the dudes got some exposure and, at the very least lost his job.
Now he needs to be fucking charged.
Yep. Well, who the fuck is gonna hire him now?
But I got nothing else.
Now, if he, types up, since a lot of employers nowadays, decide to Google who they're hiring, when they type in his name, he's gonna pop up on video, run around with his company's product, no less, on printed on his shirt, trying to fuck a kid, and looks flabbergasted at a grown ass man showing up.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Allegedly.
That's all I got with with this topic.
Everything that was said tonight, 100% allegedly.
Yes. For legal sake, covering our ass.
Yeah. All the stories about my coworkers are allegedly.
But that's all I got for tonight.
Yeah, that's all I got as well.
So let's
unless something fucking crazy happens in the next week, I guess we'll go back to watching High Guardian Spice.
Yep.
Maybe talk about some of the announcements that were made on the fucking Game Awards.
Yeah.
Heads up, we're not watching the fucking Game Awards. That is just a complete slog to get through. Especially with the two of us put together, we can only afford maybe 2 games each. So, yeah, we'll do shoutouts, I guess, and then call it quits.
So, YouTube doesn't have the thing, but Twitch, thank you, A Service Stop, Kitten Rescue, and Painfulest. It's the first time I've seen you here, so thanks for watching.
Actually, I think that's the first time we've seen all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Alright, regardless, thank you guys for showing up.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.
Alright, see you guys later.